Libra, how you getting on, guys? So we are here with your July, right? July, let's see, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for the month of July. Thank you, Spirit. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for the month of July. Any messages that are prominent to this reading for Libra? It's the most important messages that you want them to hear. Anything that will relate to too many cards. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. Okay. Red flags are not pretty colours. Right? So don't... You might be saying, bruv, listen, I'm out. I'm out. No. So you might be leaving something behind. Red flags. So there could be signs that are cautioning you. So there's some kind of caution around some kind of idea or project that you might want to go forward on. Okay, it could be anybody around you. Worth waiting for. Finances and career and reconciliation. Reconciling with a person, someone from your past is returning to your life. So it could be literally, obviously, the person that you've been waiting for. I've been waiting for a girl like you to come. But it looks like you've been left out in the cold, this one. They look like they're cold. Like, fucking hell, I'm freezing, bruv. I'm freezing. How long have I got to wait for this opportunity to actually arise? Some of you could be becoming very religious, I'm picking up, religious. But very angelic, like angelic for a lot of people. Finances and career, obviously there's some kind of movement that was within finances career that could be causing some kind of stress and anxiety that might be to do with pay attention to the red flags. Okay. And then reconciliation, someone from your past is returning. So we'll see about that because we do obviously have retrograde and everything that's kind of coming up through these months and the eclipse and all that kind of stuff. The eclipse is more about, getting rid of the old, ready for the new path, the new decisions that we need to make. Everybody's going through them. Every star sign is going to be going through this process at the moment through reconciling with different people, new people, old people, taking new projects, new paths, new directions. You always have to remain confident in the direction that it is that you want to make and go forward on your karma regardless of that kind of situation, because you still would represent a lot to do with karma because of justice. Okay, so it's very important to understand that we need to release, if things are taken from you, that it's always for your best interest that it is taken for you, because Spirit will also have a bigger plan for you that could be well worth waiting for in the end when it comes into fruition. Reconciliation could mean someone from your past, but it could also mean a job or a project also, if we look at it within jobs. Finances, a career also. It might mean some kind of move and reconciliation with somebody that you want to meet up with or that you're going to probably travel with. Pay attention to the red flag. So that would mean to me that it's a lot to do with retrograde, where we're going through periods through Mercury, where you would need to obviously cross all the I's and dot the T's and all that kind of stuff, make all paperwork, make sure that you are signed all documents correctly, that you don't leave any stone unturned, is what I just heard. Leave no stone unturned. Make sure that you've settled all your debts, and also debts to society and also debts with other people, that you pay your due. I pay my due to make it. Seems to me, girl, I've done all I can. But yes. Pay my dues to make it. I see a big stone in a barrel, 'cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. So Sunday morning you might have, is the time when you reconcile with your person, is the only time that you have off work or anything like that. From finances and career, and it's the Sunday where you have that feeling of listen, babe, how you doing? I know I've been working extremely hard and it's been worth waiting for, but babe, I got a surprise for you, motherfucker. So I'm hearing, I've got a surprise for you on Sunday morning. Sunday morning, I can see people making cups of coffee and cup of tea, and actually, I think if it's cold where you are, you're actually chilling. You're actually chilling out, but by the fire, electric heater or an actual open fire, and you're actually getting cozy with your partner, and it would probably be on a Sunday, and that's when you have chance to reconcile with your partner that you're with, for people that are actually with people. But pay attention to the red flags, because there's a lot of attraction that might be around you or you them. Attraction, or learning about law of attraction maybe. Attract the romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So it might just mean that you are just enjoying where you are at the moment before this kind of possible career move finances and career. It might have something to do with like tax season. I've seen that through some of the readings, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, that there is obviously taxes and stuff like that, and people making sure that they've got all documents sorted out. And it could have something to do with like a big financial move, I'm kind of feeling. Like reconciliation could mean like you're moving from one place to another job, but it could be like literally somewhere that's far away where you're going to reconcile with like old family members or something like that. I'm picking up for some people. But pay attention to the red flags would normally mean to me probably that it could mean around like making sure that you've got all documents all in order and all your affairs in order. Hopefully it's not an actual affair that someone's having. I really hope not, but we'll really see. But I really don't feel that that's possible. But pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So be careful driving also, that the signs make sure that you pay attention to all billboards and all numbers, patterns, figures that could be happening that will help you guide you along your path of knowing which direction it is that you need to take next, obviously, but a lot of us know that on the spiritual path. Some of you could be picking up on names through billboards as you're driving along and driving by, or even by a fire. So I would look out for a fire, like a fire sale, and I can see people probably noticing a sign above a fire sale or selling loads of stuff. Like, well, I've got to sell everything. Everything's got to go. There's got to be like a backyard sale or a garage sale. And I'm feeling and seeing that people are selling things in order to make some money or to actually sell some stuff so you can make this project come into fruition. If you owe taxes and you'll probably know that you probably owe them, then that might be that you know that you've got to sell some stuff to cover your debts in order to make this move. But also get rid of everything if you're thinking about moving, so you can also move, so you can travel light. But also it might be a good time for you to sell some stuff in order to maybe settle your affairs, is why affair might have come up. Settling my affairs, making sure that everything's paid off. And it might mean that it could be that you have some kind of fire sale, computer electronic equipment I'm seeing. Please also make sure that you be careful around a lot of electronic equipment, because it can be going fucking nuts. Sorry, but I've got my eyes closed at the moment. Eyes wide shut is just what I heard. Eyes wide shut. My eyes are wide shut. There's certain things that I don't want to see or hear that's going to stop me on my path. Eyes wide shut. Eyes wide open. What's the film? Eyes wide open. Eyes wide shut. Was that a dancing film? Eyes wide shut. There was a film, I think, called Eyes Wide Shut or Eyes Wide Open or something like that. I'm also seeing the film. There's another film that I'm kind of seeing. I'm not sure. Bright eyes burning like fire. Bright eyes burning like fire. Yeah, I'm feeling like that. Bright eyes. Mr. Brightside, also Mr. Brightside is another song that I'm kind of feeling. So if you listen to those songs, it might have some kind of messages there for you. But definitely making sure that everything is all under kind of like, we'll see, but eyes wide shut is an eye. There you go, eyes wide shut. So this is obviously the Nine of Swords, where there might be just some sort of anxiety. Now, if you literally can't sleep and it's fucking absolutely traumatic, then that's because you're caught in some kind of pattern of karma of a place that you know that you need to move from. It literally just can mean like a little anxiety. It doesn't mean that you can't sleep. It says can't sleep, can't speak. I know just what you're saying. Someone probably can't speak or something. There's some kind of where you know that if you do have to make this financial career move, or if this money, the tax season that might have to come through, there might be a little bit of stress and worry. Doesn't mean sleepless nights. It just means that there's a little anxiety about a project that you want to go on. Some of you could obviously be experiencing dreams about the darkness, traveling through the darkness or something is what I'm picking up. Some of you could actually literally be selling beds and stuff like that, like, you know, selling your beds. Some of you could be just so worried that you're actually single. For some people, if you are single, that you're worried about that. But I'm really not picking up for a lot of singularity. Singling me out. Some people have been singled out as like, No, you here, you there, you here, you there, laddie, you here, and then you there. Someone could be a little regimented maybe, but like, no, like, you know, you go there, you go here, and you go there, you go here. That's kind of what I'm hearing. But then you've got judgment call. So that's really good because you're making a judgment on that. So I'm kind of picking this up as like a very near energy, like near, far, wherever you are. I can will go on. So traveling, I would say, on a boat for some people. But this is like very near, where it's kind of like, it's kind of happening now, where you've made a judgment pretty much, like it would be vice versa. This would be here and this would be here. Like you've made that decision already and you know that you've made it, but there's a tiny little bit of fear around actually knowing that you've got to make a judgment on this and that you're pretty much there. You're pretty much like vergely on this precipice of knowing, well, this is the direction that I'm fucking really going to go in, but we probably need to sort out between me and my partner that what we're going to do in order to reconcile. For some people, if you're at a distance, this can be like at a distance. But it's a lot to do with probably finances and career and knowing about paperwork and the selling, fire sale, and all that kind of stuff. Some of you could have actually like lost somebody, and this is standing at judgment at the gates of heaven, and that some people may have just lost somebody, and they're having some kind of anxiety of losing something or losing a place or provident town, city, but there's or some kind of incorporation of what I'm seeing, merging together of companies being merged together, and it's a very stressful time for some people where they're losing contracts. It's also like a contract. So it's like lose a contract to gain a contract. We need to lose some people to gain some people. We need to probably get out the old people and put the new people in, and for some people, pay some people less is what I'm hearing. Pay some finances and career, pay some people less, pay some people a little bit more, get rid of the people that we're paying too much for, and then try and get some people in that we're paying more, like less to, so we can pay them less, fresh and new. Like get rid of the old, get in the new. So all the new people sorting out contracts for how much they're worth. For some people that are CEOs or people that own their own businesses or anything like that, or this is people that are doing it to you or them, that they're kind of sorting out your career and your finances, and you're just waiting for them in order to tell you which place that you will be going to, finances and career. You're waiting for that to actually happen, for them to tell you what kind of contract that you will be actually on. Will you be doing this and where will you be going? And it's causing some kind of conflict where you're really waiting and wanting to know, well, which direction is it that I want to go? I know that I'm going to be there, and but I know that I need to know which contract it is that I'm actually doing first for finances and career. This is like corporations that are probably merging together, a judgment call of like losing some contracts but also gaining contracts. It could be like people of like spiritual counsel for some, or it can be like counsel, lawyers, solicitors, all that kind of thing, that people of a higher stature or higher calling that are always judged upon you. So they judge you of where you are because you work for them. If they work for you, this is you doing that to them. And this is how they're feeling, you know, vice versa. This is how they're feeling, because you know that you have to make decisions about also sometimes calling people back from the past. If you're losing contracts and you're losing sleep over contracts, you know that you probably need old people back. This is old and new. Let some people go, let some people in. But also through retrograde, we can have return of the past. Reconciliation, people can return back from the past. So then we go into where there might be contracts where some people have said, fuck it, Sid, I'm out, it's too much for me, I'm off, right? Maybe. And then for some people it might be, well, we need to call back them, because that would happen within retrograde if it's meant to be, because it would also be part of a satanic kind of destiny, okay? So then that's like calling some people back, calling in your soulmate, calling in your groups, calling people back for a judgment call in order to stand where we are on our path of what we are worth. What we're worth. Judgment is always about self-worth, value, respect. A call that we are called upon, it's also a telephone call. Some people might be receiving telephone calls from people from the past, and they now want to know, well, shall I go back or shall I not go back? But which contract is it that we can give you? But a lot of people that are unemployed, if you're unemployed and you are in a 9 of Swords state of wondering whether they're going to call you back, at the moment it's a pretty much positive yes. That you will get a recall and you will get this judgment upon. But I can't tell you at the moment how much they're saying that you're worth, or you're saying they're worth. But somebody is probably going to come back from your past to ask you to reconcile through a judgment, and then that would still be up to you whether you want to settle for the amount of money that they might be offering you through finances and career. If you think that you are worth more than, and you have your own calling or your own business, you could probably have a couple of businesses, but you would still have to make that judgment call of understanding, well, I can work well with this 10 and I can work well with this 10. Some of you might be segregated into groups of 10, and you might be teachers, and if you are, you're segregating people off into groups of 10 is what I'm seeing. And it could be a lot to do with like mathematics or equations and that kind of stuff. If not, you're trying to balance your books, trying to see which direction it is that you want to go in. But you definitely seem to be at the moment that a boss or a CEO or somebody wants to reconcile with somebody, but I'm really picking it up more to do with work, career and finances. Now, if you go on to love life at the moment, it could be someone that wants to reconcile with you, that it might be a working relationship where you have a working relationship with your boss, or a working relation, a close working, not, I wouldn't say a close, I would say that you probably was close in the past, but something happened outside of this timeline and it led to some kind of separation of a lesson that really needed to be learned. You've got two extreme lessons of a calling here. So a 9 and a judgment call. They are both Saturnian lessons of realizing that sometimes people go, people come, people go, people come, people go. So it would mean that, well, I'm worth more because I'm on search for like an ending here, because there's definitely been where I really have experienced an ending, but now you've called me back and now I'm back in the 9 of Swords state where we had ended things here. This 10 would be this side. So we did end things, but now you're calling me back and now I really don't know how much you're offering me. How much am I worth? Well, how much are you worth? Then, well, I'm okay with settling with this amount. If you're okay with that, then you would still have a discussion about what you're worth and what they think you're worth and what they can offer you. If this is related to your relationship with your partner or past partner, if they call you back or you want them to come back and they do, which pretty much is saying yes, is that you will still have to make a judgment call on that in order to know your actual worth of what you're worth within this timeline to this person. If they have ghosted you many a time, and this can relate to a lot of sleepless nights, then you would still need to understand a lot of things about self-worth of what this has done to your mind, okay, if it's bad. Because I did notice that under the deck, you do have the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, okay? Now, you've pretty much come from something where you might have related where someone just plays so many fucking mind games and you're like, I'm just sick of, like, you know, you just come in just like really quickly and then you're gone, and like what is it that you want from me? You know, if you relate this to as a partnership with somebody or something, like messages, you come in and you're like, well, fucking hell, you've done this, really? Well, yeah, and blame, and then you're like, well, fuck's sake, Sid, well, I tell you what, take your wand and keep it, you know. So what's my worth? Well, it's worth just a message just for me to tell you something. Well, it was like just a very quick message, and then you'd fucking gone before I actually got chance to actually analyse it and wonder, well, I'm going to need to be more intellectual now. Instead of using my head, like my heart, I've got to use my head more. So I'm more intellectual to fall for the okie doke of someone that might just treat me like a fucking player. So I tell you what, Sid, keep it. You know? So it could be a lot to do with that, and it could have to do with an Aquarian maybe, and that you probably found some kind of independence through that time of where it might have been healing for you, and you found some kind of spiritual path and enlightenment through that, and that you have healed from whatever that was. But that could just be a message that comes in maybe from this person that might have played mind games where they were probably sorting out different contracts of what's best for them and telling actually people, well, you've got to let you go. You've got to leave. I've got to let you go. You've got to go. You've got to go, and you've got to go. And ha ha ha, I've got one over you. But then, oh, what the fuck is that, Dave? Oh, it's Dave. All right, Dave, how you getting on? Yeah, sorry about all this bullshit that happened before, but do you want to come back? Really? You know? You know, Libra? So, there you go. So, yes, thanks very much. you can either take your third party relationship and you can shove it up your chocolate almost, or yes, I really would like to accept this offer, and then you go out on the town realizing that you're probably going to get paid. So you go out, you treat your partner, and you think, fucking brilliant. So you go out for a night out on the town. So this is the call that might come in. If it is a call and it leaves you in this state, and it is someone that causes a fucking lot of mind games and that could be a player for some people, then if that is that kind of energy, then that could, well, it could be a third party Libra. I don't want to say it is, but you know, that could be someone that's overindulgent in certain things, of ghosting, coming back, ghosting, coming back, ghosting, coming back, you know, which would be 14, which is 5 again. This and this, it makes this card again, which is a repetitive cycle in someone's mind. Could relate a lot to a Libra. Maybe I'm kind of picking this up as a few Libras. Sorry, a few Libras using the more analytical approach and using tactics in order to beat over your vendors, to have one-upmanship over most people of self-worth and value. If that is, then karma will come back around, and there will be a lesson within that Nine of Swords where they might end up just like doing something to you, and it's a payback. Judgment is about a payback. It's about a callback and a payback, and it will be judged upon, where if you don't make that judgment call, you will be confessed upon your sins in order to purge that out at a later date, instead of suppressing it through alcohol, drugs and addiction. Maybe for some people, where it can be a suppressive energy of like lower energy based stomach feelings. So please make sure that they don't suffer through ulcers or anything like that. So that might just literally be, fuck that, that's all great, no gravy, mush, we're going this way, and walk this way, talk this way, and someone is like at the rave and they're like, fuck it bruv, I've just got a call back from work, I've now got some money, my finances are looking better, I haven't actually got paid yet, and there's not really an action to take, but let's plan this next move. So my next move is a fucking golden buzzer. It's someone's voice. Someone got this in the last reading that I've just done for Capricorn. So if you're involved with a Capricorn or somewhere in someone's chart, can also relate to Vedic astrology also, if you have or know your Vedic chart. But this is like the golden buzzer of what I picked up with Simon Cowell, where it's to do with someone's voice. The voice. I only say that because it was here. The voice. Some of you might have an audition that you can go to. An audition. Judgment can be an audition to me, and that you have this opportunity to go for a job opportunity or an audition for somewhere. If it's not an audition, it is an addition to the family, which could mean a baby for some people that is born, reborn, an opportunity of a baby that could be born after this move and after this transaction of money, but also career and finances that might lead to a stable foundation that you have to build with your partner, where a baby could be born and reborn. If not, it's more to do with the soul growth being reborn, of where you're discovering a lot about your voice is, well, your talent is golden. It's like golden brown, da da da, sexy like sunshine, golden brown, da da da, golden brown, someone's voice or something. So there you go, Batman and Superman, fly away Peter, fly away Paul, come back Peter, come back Paul. So great cards, Libra, at the moment, because you've got the Three of Cups that leads to the Two of Cups, which is the Five of Cups, but it's good, meaning that you have forgot the past pretty much, that you are moving forward victoriously onto a positive note. You know, this can also be a lot for someone that's meeting someone new, but it's not. It's like, you make me feel brand new, and God gave me with you. You make me feel brand new. So some of you could have actually lost somebody, which would still relate to like a Five of Cups, but lost someone in the past, like an unfortunate, I'm picking up like a grandmother or grandfather, really, or somebody lost somebody in the past, and this Five of Cups here means there's a positive note, and this could be the funeral. That for some people, they go to a funeral and it is organized where they're going to celebrate the passing of someone, and not in a Five of Cups energy where you've turned around and you are actually like raising awareness for some people, raising awareness, getting people organized with motivational speaking. For some people, motivational work of judgment can be like someone of spirituality, but it can be like someone of that does motivational work for people also, and raising people's spirits, and getting their spirits raised, and let them keep the spirit alive, free from desire. Let them keep the spirit alive, free from desire. Desire. But I desire to go in a new direction of this new path and calling that I actually have at the moment. So you've also got a lot of healing through the soul where it's been guided on this journey. Some of you might want to remain single, but it's not. Well, you've got a lot of Mother Taurian energy also. A little bit of conflict with mind games, but I don't think it's anything really serious, not at the moment. It's not seeming that way. But Libra, we're going to carry on with the rest of this reading over on Patreon. I will do your soul growth through this period of time. It might extend over because it is a July reading, but it will be to do with your work, career, finances, love, and I will add everything that I possibly can into this reading for you. And it is over on Patreon, and it is very cheap, and for that price that you get to watch all monthlies and all weeklies, bi-weeklies, soulmate readings, and twin versus twin is what I'm going to do. It's the same as changing lanes, what I did before, but it's twin versus twin. Okay, so we'll see how that goes, but pretty much soulmate energy. If you want a personal reading, it's like this, the same kind of thing, and I'm going to start doing it also via Skype. So if you want it, it'll pretty much be exactly the same as this, but you can talk to me and I can answer your questions as we're doing it if you've just got questions. If you want this kind of reading and I do this reading, you can intervene with me and tell me whether I was right or wrong, and then we can really break it down for you if you have like a real dramatic, if you really have a circumstance that you really want clarification on to pinpoint the accuracy, I do actually offer that. I'm going to start opening those up. If you just want a recorded reading, I can still do that for you also. But this will be over on Patreon, and it will also be over on Vimeo still, but it'll be in the monthly folder. But Patreon is a good opportunity for everybody because it's going to be another month where you can watch the bi-weeklies, weeklies, monthlies, and then you can watch those as long as you like. You can have a fire sound, bruv. You can have right at it. Take what you fucking want, right? Take what you want. Take it. Go on, take it. I can hear, go on, take it. Go on, just take it. Take this opportunity. Go on, just take it. Please just take it. Go on. I know you want to. It's a playful energy with you and your partner. Under the easy like Sunday morning, yeah. Go on, take it. Take it, bruv. Some of you might be taking the pill, like need to take the pill. If you're women, make sure that you take the pill. If you're going out for a night out on the town, make sure that you take precaution with you because you might meet someone new for some people also. Okay, so we're going to stop channeling. I'm going to continue to channel and see what we've got as we actually clarify the deck and see what you've got over on the other side, Libra. Thank you very much, and all the links are in the description, and I'll hopefully see you there soon. Peace, Libra.